Frank, go for it.
Galen, Scott Agnes, Fieldhouse Files. I'm just curious, what was it like to have that competitive juices?
Damn. Head down. Like, damn. No eye contact. Damn.
Running through you once again, even though and then also putting on a show as someone who knows the fans are here to see you.
Look at that reaction right there. It tells you everything. Watch her face the second she figures out who's asking the question. That's not surprise, not at all. That's pure recognition. And then boom, visible discomfort. Her smile just vanishes, and she won't make eye contact. The whole vibe completely changes. This is Scott Agnes from Fieldhouse Files, a beat reporter who's covered the Indiana Fever all season. And what's crazy is this. Caitlin Clark absolutely does not want him anywhere near her.
I'm Caroline Collins from Visit St. Pete Clearwater over here. Hi, great job out there.
Damn! Look at that. Look at that. Look at that smile. Laying up like a Christmas tree.
Today, just wanted to ask you if you and your teammates got to do anything fun in the St. Pete Clearwater.
Look at that, dude. The whole entire time this woman's asking the question, Caitlin Clark's making perfect eye contact with her.
Just wanted to ask you if you and your teammates got to do anything fun in the St. Pete Clearwater area and just what you think of this beautiful place.
Now check out this next interaction from that exact same press conference. We're talking just minutes later. A totally different reporter steps up, and suddenly it's like a completely new person is standing there. She's making full eye contact the whole time they're asking the question. A genuine smile lights up her face, and she's leaning in, totally engaged. She's even giving detailed answers about her family trips to St. Petersburg. The contrast is just jarring, right? Same event, same day, same Caitlin Clark, but the energy is polar opposites. So what on earth did Scott Agnes do to get that kind of reception? Because this isn't about her just having a bad day or being tired after a long tournament. No, this is clearly specific. This is deeply personal.
Questions, oh goodness. Folks, you ever have that one person that you'll be around, whether it's at work, right? Whether it was at school growing up, maybe a family reunion, a family gathering, a get-together, the in-law shows up, the cousin shows up, the uncle, the aunt, and then just instantly, as soon as they arrive, the energy just shifts, right? As soon as they show up, a dark cloud just comes hovering around that environment. Sometimes it even trickles down to you, right? You at work, you won't be disrespectful, but you'll be short, you'll be brief, hard to crack a smile, hard to garner any type.
Think about this for a second. How do you react when someone you genuinely like just pops up out of nowhere, like a friend you haven't seen in ages walking into your office? Your face instantly lights up. You're excited, totally energized, just happy to see them, right? That's just human nature. We can't really control those first reactions, they're totally instinctive. But then what happens when someone you don't trust shows up? Maybe it's that coworker who totally threw you under the bus, or that family member who always stirs up drama. Your body language shifts instantly. Your words get shorter. It's harder to even crack a smile. You're polite, sure, because you have to be, but there's just zero warmth there, and that's exactly what we're seeing play out here. Caitlin's a pro, she totally is. She's going to answer the question, but she's just not giving Scott Agnes anything more than the absolute bare minimum.
What exactly transpired? I'm not going to give you some stills. Let's get it in its full context, shall we?
With it.
Frank, go for it.
Galen, Scott Agnes, Fieldhouse Files. I'm just curious, what was it like to have that competitive juices?
Damn. Head down. Like, damn. No eye contact. Damn.
Running through you once again, even though and then also putting on a show as someone who knows the fans are here to see you.
I mean, just look at her body language while he's asking his question. Her head is down. She's actively avoiding eye contact, literally looking at the ground the whole time he's talking. Then, when she finally does answer, it's totally mechanical, zero enthusiasm. She's just trying to get through it so she can move on to the next person. Now, compare that to how she treats the reporter from Visit St. Pete Clearwater. This is someone she's never met in her life, but she's making direct eye contact. She's smiling even before the woman finishes introducing herself. She's animated, actually volunteering extra info about her family's connection to that area. See, That's what genuine engagement looks like. The difference isn't about whether she knows them, it's about trust. And Scott Agnes clearly lost it.
Bringing a darkness with them, a dark cloud with them. That's one. That, she probably didn't like that. Number two, Scott Agnes taking it upon himself to reveal an injury that the team was actively hiding. And that created even more division within the fan base. Caitlin Clark has to be looking at him like, dude, the amount of shit you did to the fans that follow me, the amount of division that you cause within the fan base that follows me, I'm gonna have to let you feel it a little bit, Scott. You're not getting any cosigns out of me. You don't think Caitlin Clark knows who Fieldhouse Files is?
So, what happened? So, why is one of the WNBA's biggest stars treating a beat reporter who's covered her team all season like he's radioactive? Well, two incidents really stand out, and honestly, both of them created huge controversy within the Fever fan base. The first one, back in July 2024, Scott Agnes published an article calling Caitlin Clark's fans the dark side. And he didn't mean just some fans, or just a few problematic accounts. He literally characterized the entire wave of new support that Caitlin brought to the WNBA as a dark cloud, bringing negativity to the whole league. Now, think about that from her perspective. You're a rookie, right? You just shattered attendance records, brought crazy viewership to women's basketball, and generated more mainstream attention for the WNBA than maybe any player since Diana Taurasi. And the reporter who covers your team is publicly trashing your fan base. Come on. That's not analysis, and it's definitely not constructive criticism. That's just alienating the very people who show up to games, buy jerseys, and support the league financially. Caitlin's smart enough to know that kind of narrative hurts her brand and totally divides the community around her team.
And I'm Caroline Collins from Visit St. Pete Clearwater over here. Hi, great job out there.
Damn! Look at that! Look at Look at that smile, laying up like a Christmas tree.
Today, just wanted to ask you if you and your teammates got to do anything fun in the St. Pete Clearwater.
Look at that, dude. The whole entire time this woman's asking the question, Caitlin Clark's making perfect eye contact with her.
Just wanted to ask you if you and your teammates got to do anything fun in the St. Pete Clearwater area and just what you think of this beautiful place.
So,
But here's the thing, that wasn't even the biggest issue. The second incident? That one cut way deeper because it was all about trust and professional boundaries. During the 2024 season, the Indiana Fever were actually hiding an injury to one of their key players. Teams do this constantly, right? It's totally strategic. You don't want opponents knowing your weaknesses, and you definitely don't want media speculation turning into a huge distraction. The organization made a very deliberate choice to keep that injury info internal, but what happened? Scott Agnes broke that story anyway. He published all the details behind a paywall on his platform, revealing information the team explicitly wanted to keep quiet. Now, you can totally argue that's good journalism. Reporters should break news, hold teams accountable, and give fans the info they deserve. That's a super legitimate perspective, but what's the other side? Caitlin Clark and her teammates now know they just can't trust him with sensitive information. If the organization shares something off the record, or if a player mentions something in confidence, Scott might just publish it anyway because, well, that's his job as a journalist. That's the inherent tension between media access and media coverage. And honestly, this is where it gets really complicated because both sides actually have super valid arguments here. From Scott's perspective, he's doing exactly what beat reporters are supposed to do: break news, provide insider info, give subscribers content they can't get anywhere else. That injury revelation wasn't malicious, it was just journalism. And that dark side comment, while maybe poorly phrased, came from his observations of some toxic behavior within certain fan communities. He's not trying to sabotage Caitlin or the Fever, he's just trying to cover them honestly.